Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, question. Who do you use for your cell phone service?
I got Sprint.
Yes, Sprint. Awesome. What kind of phone do you have?
An iPhone?
iPhone. Perfect. Not to waste your time, and let me show you what we're doing. Is it just your line or multiple?
That's my whole family.
Ah, cool. How much are you guys paying for your bill right now?
It's like $250.
$250, sir. Holy cow. Okay, let me show you what we're doing. Awesome. So I'm going to break down the pitch into kind of two different parts. The first part's going to be the hook. So obviously the hook, you guys have all heard the C factors before, but really that's what you want to focus on. You want to catch the person's attention, and that's your number one goal. And so kind of how I built this hook is simply to do that, is to catch attention. And really what we found out when we first started Dropship is just their cell phone is the biggest attention point, okay? The plan itself, how much they pay for it, is not necessarily kind of what they're focused on. It's easier to catch attention based on what kind of phone that they have. So that's what we built this hook for. Obviously, your C factors are very important. I know you've heard a thing where 60% of what you do is going to be your body language and how you approach the person. The other, like 33%, is your actual tone of voice. And so if you can look back at my actual pitch video, it's a lot of body language, it's a lot of pitch in my voice. Cool, how are you? Question. Just kind of your tone. And then 7% of it is what you actually say. And that's why we keep this very, very simplistic, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter a whole lot as long as you have the right body language and the right tone of voice actually approaching the customer and getting them back. So that's what this is built for. It's built to catch attention. Okay, I don't believe you actually have a conversation with somebody until they're into MST. So my goal here is to get them back into MST. So very, very simple. Hi, how are you? Super focused. And my thought process is, hey, how do I catch this person's attention with my body language and my tone of voice? I'm never going to catch somebody's attention by, hi, how are you, sir? I have a question for you. Okay, learn from the best, Mr. Khalil in Dallas. It's just, hey man, how are you? I have a really quick question, not to waste your time, anything like that. Okay, your tone of voice and your body language is what's actually going to catch attention, and that's going to have you and allow you to have more conversations on a day-to-day basis. And so that's what the goal of this simple hook is for. Keep it super simple, catch some attention. I'm going to point at their phone, I'm going to point at their pocket, something body language-wise that's going to catch attention, and then I'm bringing them back to the table, and we're going to have a legit conversation once I get them into MST. So we're going to go over it in the next video, the actual pitch, but that's the goal of the hook, simply to catch some attention, get them back to the table, and have legit conversations on a day-to-day basis. Perfect. So you said you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What kind of iPhone is it?
I think it's an iPhone 10.
iPhone 10? Awesome. What are the other 3 lines on the account?
My wife has an iPhone, and
Cool.
then my parents, they both have Galaxies. I think it's like
Okay.
a Note 9 or
Oh,
something.
Note 9s? Okay, perfect. So just starting with the most expensive for you. So we're going to go ahead and add all 4 lines onto your account. Now with that, obviously you guys have the iPhone, so like I said, I'm going to go most expensive. Go ahead and put you at a brand new iPhone 11. Okay, and then with your other ones, we're going to go ahead and put you to Note 20s, so the brand new Samsung Note 20s. Now how that works, I'm going to go ahead and put these on here for you. So have you guys seen the Note 20s?
Nah, I'm an iPhone person.
You're an iPhone person?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't really.
No worries. So here's what that looks like. Basically what would happen if you guys went through AT&T to do this offer, it'd be $223.33. Since you guys are going through Sam's Club, you actually get $10 off per line. So you're going to actually be at $183. Now, just so you can make a better decision, let's go see how much you'd have to pay today. How do you spell your first name?
J-O-S-E?
J-O-S-E?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. So second part is you have them back to the table, you have attention of the customer, you have them back, okay, we're going to get into MST and actually go through a pitch, okay? So step 1, I just want to have a sense of direction with where I'm going with the pitch. I don't want them to have to make a bunch of decisions about what kind of phone they want, what colors, what gigabytes, all that stuff. I want to find out exactly what they have, which is why I simply ask, hey, what are the other devices on the account? Okay, if they have Note 9s, if they have iPhones, okay, I know exactly where I'm going with that pitch, and I can just say, hey, look, customer, this is what we're offering, okay, and we're going to go from there. So you actually have a sense of direction by asking a very simple, what are the devices on the other account? I don't really go into any detail about those devices or anything like that. I just, for myself, want a sense of direction, okay, that way I can build their order, okay. From there, I'm building the order. I start at the most expensive. Reason and thought process behind that is just to give me leverage. Okay, but you also have to know your difference between your 2 customers. Okay, so you obviously have your device focused customer, maybe somebody that has a Pro Max or an XS Max or the new Note 10 Plus or whatever it may be. Okay, those are your device customers, and I could easily go most expensive and work my way down from there. Your value customers, obviously you're gonna have to start out on the little bit of the lower end. Okay, still keep extra, still keep next up, whatever it may be, but start on the lower end of the devices. That way you have a little bit of leverage. You can catch a little bit more attention and not just have them kind of push you off automatically because you're like $80 to $100 over their price range already. So know the difference between your two customers and what direction you're actually going. And then from there, keep it very simple. Okay, I'm gonna tell them the offer. Hey, this is what we have. Because you're a Sam's Club or Target, make them feel special. Okay, if you were to go through AT&T, it wouldn't be the same. Okay, you're here in Target, you're here in Sam's Club for a reason. Okay, we get to give you a better deal. And then I'm gonna close from there. Okay, simple close. Okay, I want them to feel like the credit check is step number one to them making a good decision. Okay, and I'm already implementing it in them by saying, okay, this is gonna help you make a better decision, that they're making a decision today on the spot, kind of implementing that in their brain, and I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna say, hey, cool, so you can make a better decision. Let's go ahead and see how much you'd have to pay today. Because at the end of the day, every customer wants to know if they're gonna pay $200, may not be as big of a deal as if they're gonna pay $2,000. It helps you get through the process more, which means you're gonna get more signups. And at the end of the day, you don't want to tell the customer a bunch of things and then you get through it and they have down payments and everything like that, and you have to try to upsell at that point, okay? So I'm using leverage in terms of starting out with the most expensive plan and the most expensive promotion, and then I'm using leverage of, hey, you know, I got to see how much you'd have to pay today, or else I can't really give you an offer of making the credit check like step number one and just closing from there. Okay? Cool. All right, cool. So next thing I want to go over, obviously I talked about in the previous video of just having a direction for me to go in right off the bat and making the decision that much easier on the customer. So after I know what they have, based off of these phones, and these are obviously current offers, so if you're watching this video a little bit later, you're going to have to change it up a little bit. But based off our current offers, if I know a person has an iPhone, pretty much anything, I'm going iPhone 11 50% off. I feel like that's our best offer right now. I don't have to deal with the trade-in, and it's a really easy decision for the customer because it's the newest and latest, greatest iPhone. Okay, so that's where I'm going with pretty much all Apple users. Okay, these Samsung users, obviously you have trade-in offers, or you have no trade-in, and you have trade-in offers. So I usually gear towards the non-trade-in, but again, I want to make that decision for the customer that much easier. And so if somebody already has a Note 9, I'm probably not going to try to sell the A71. Okay, I'm going to simply have them trade in, go up to the Note 20. It's something they know. That way the decision is that much easier on the customer. Same thing with this S20 FE, right? If they have a Note 9, I'm not going to try to sell the S20 FE just because it may be a little bit cheaper or whatever it may be, because they already know the notes. And so I just make that decision a lot more easy on the customer. But let's say they have another Samsung phone, okay, and you know, maybe trade-in's not an option or something like that, okay, I can go for the A71. I know it's a good phone, they don't have to require a trade-in, anything like that, and I can get it for them pretty cheap without a trade-in, so I'm going that direction, okay? And then the last kind of, you know, you're gonna have three customers, Apple, Samsung, and then they either keeping their phones, so you need to get them a SIM card, or they simply don't care. They need a phone that works, that texts and calls or whatever it may be. Okay, so we got two phones for free that require no trade-in, and that's the A11 and the LG K40. Super simple decision for that customer. Hey, look, it's a really nice phone. Pull it up on Safari, Google, whatever it may be. Hey, look, it's a really nice smartphone. Okay, has a camera, has functions that they need, and you can easily make that decision for the customer. But thought process overall, I don't ask the customer, hey, do you think that this phone is better? You think this phone is better? I have a sense of direction. I'm giving them the offer. I'm closing from there, making that decision for them that much simpler, and knowing where I'm going with the pitch. Okay, cool. So the last thing I kind of want to go over is just what a successful day looks like, whether they're a new start or a leader or whatever it may be. Okay, keeping it very simplistic. A successful day for somebody, a rep in the field, is just simply giving out 15 quick quotes a day, bare minimum. Okay, based on law of averages, kind of what we'll talk about here in a second. If you give 15 people a quote a day, there's no reason we shouldn't sign up one or two of those. So even a new start, we're going to set a goal. Hey, we're going to get 15 quick quotes today. We're not going to worry about the results. A successful day for us is just getting 15 quick quotes out there, and we'll let the results speak for themselves. So that's definitely number one, going to be your number one focus, right? Reverse engineering. Hey, we're not really focused on the sales. We're focused on the actions that I actually take to get there. So 15 quick quotes a day, bare minimum. Number two for our guys is just working a full shift. Okay, you can't expect some days it's going to be the first customer you talk to, some days it's going to be the last customer. And this is really where we talk about law of averages and just putting pressure on the system. Okay, we want our reps to put pressure on the system, because when you put pressure on the system, it will respond. So just working a full shift, keeping your attitude the entire time, something we definitely preach a lot. So just number 2, working a full shift. And then number 3, pushing to have 2 customers a day, okay? We don't necessarily talk about lines, because you could have that one person that gets a 6-liner and then they're settling for the day when really they didn't even reach their full potential. So we're really talking about how many yeses, how many customers we're actually signing up a day. So we always want to push for 2 customers a day. We feel like if you get 2 customers a day, by default, you're going to start seeing the results that you want to see in the middle of the week, at the end of the week, whatever it is. Just pushing 2 customers a day instead of focusing on how many lines that we're getting a day. So 15 quick quotes a day, bare minimum, working a full shift, keeping the attitude, putting pressure on the law of averages, and then just a 2 customer a day mentality. I know for DirecTV, we always had an app a day mentality. Very similar thing. It pays off in the same way, but just having that 2 customers a day mentality where we're not settling for a certain amount of lines.